Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. I'd like to welcome you all for my show. You remember we used to have this program a couple of years ago, and now we are in New York, the Big Apple, or you call it the Rotten Apple, whatever apple you want to choose. We have Brother Fahim from Hajj USA, the leader of the group for Hajj for every year for the last 10-15 years. We have the opportunity to get with him and talk with him a little bit about his service for the Muslims about Hajj. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, maybe what you want to talk today about? What's you got in mind? You understand about Hajj or your service? Or
let's do some topics, some questions on Hajj, inshallah.
Okay, this sounds good.
Okay. Hajj, as we all know, Hajj is one of the pillars of Islam.
Okay.
Now, I would like to ask you a question. If a person is of a young age, below the age of 13,
okay,
or puberty,
all right, okay,
and they want to go make their Hajj, what rewards would they get if they do make the Hajj? What reward would they get?
Okay, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Salatu Wassalamu ala Rasulillah. We understand that nobody obligated to any kind of obligation in Islam until they reach the age of puberty. Nevertheless, that parents should train their children to be obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and get involved in the Islamic practice.
Yes.
And one of them is Hajj. We are not talking about 13 years old. We're talking even about babies. Mm-hmm. And the Prophet ﷺ in his time, a woman had lifted up her child, a baby that she was carrying, and said, Ali hadha Hajj. The Prophet ﷺ, she said, is this person Hajj acceptable from him? She said, yes, and a reward is for you also. So although it's not going to be recorded as the Hajj of Farida,
okay,
the obligatory, that means when this person reaches the age of puberty,
yes,
he or she have to make Hajj again. But this is something good if we can take our children to Hajj, and the parents also will be getting a reward for their Hajj.
So the parents, yes, the parents will be getting a reward.
Yeah.
Okay, now, for someone who had the intention of making the Hajj, okay, and they pass away, they die, they didn't get a chance to make the Hajj. Now, how can this be satisfied, this Hajj for them?
Of course, is that this person will be rewarded for their intention, okay? But a person, if he had left in his wasiyah or the last will testament that for somebody to carry this Hajj in their behalf, this will be something good, okay? Unless that it happened by a surprise death.
Yes.
They were not expecting it. So if it's recorded in the wasiyah, that the people who inherit him, they should take money from his inheritance and carry the Hajj, or they can go and make Hajj in his behalf, and this will be recorded for him also, inshallah.
Okay. Now, who is the person responsible? The kids, the wife, or the husband?
Of course, the number one comes, you understand, his family, and from his family will come, you understand, that his children, because you understand, like his son, as example, you don't need a mahram, you do not need all that were going to be required by the mother. But if the wife of the deceased already made Hajj, she want to go and do it in her. So anybody who inherit from this person can go and act in his behalf and do the Hajj for him.
Okay, but the condition must be satisfied first for that person to do their own Hajj?
Exactly. That's the person who going to make Hajj in behalf of the deceased, that they already made the obligatory Hajj for themselves first. Okay. Anybody who has a right in the inheritance of this person, he or she can go and make Hajj in the behalf of the father. Okay. But also if it's a woman, she's going to have a mahram to go with her.
Now, if this person is living outside of Saudi Arabia, and the family cannot go to make the Hajj for him from the United States or wherever, can someone else other than his family make this Hajj for him?
Yes, a person can go and make a Hajj. They will pay this person, and his expenses for the Hajj will be coming from the inheritance, and he can go and make Hajj in his behalf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, during the Hajj, okay, we have women who wants to go make the Hajj.
Okay.
They're single. They want to go and perform Hajj with a group, but they're single. They're not married. Okay. And their father or brother, who is supposed to be their mahram, cannot attend this Hajj with them.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Hajj obligatory on that woman?
In actuality, in the most authentic opinion of the great scholars, that same thing like Allah make requirements for Hajj, they made that a woman also have to have a mahram. This as a condition. So if she did not have a mahram, neither mahram can accompany her. She is not obligated. She is exempt until she will get in the position of having a mahram. And they have very strong evidence from Hadith Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that a woman was going for Hajj and went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, "You understand? I forgot now, it was the husband or the wife that they went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and told them, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had told the man to leave the jihad. He was going for jihad and to go with his wife.
Okay.
And jihad is not something you take it lightly like this. But the Prophet had exempted him from going to Hajj for purpose of company his wife. So they said, if not, why the Prophet ﷺ will make him get excused from jihad and go with his wife? And the general statement of Rasulullah ﷺ, a woman is not to travel without a mahram. So this is the most strong opinion about this issue. But nevertheless, let's assume that a woman went ahead and made Hajj without mahram.
Yeah.
Is the Hajj acceptable? Yes. The scholar says that the Hajj are acceptable, but she is committing sin by traveling without a mahram.
Okay.
Yeah, and Allah knows best.
And Allah knows best.
Yeah.
Now, if a woman lives in Makkah now, okay, she's not traveling from distances. She lives in that area.
Okay.
Can she go by herself? And
Yes, because this is not traveling.
Okay.
For people who live in Mecca, this is not a traveling going about 5, 6, 10 miles, understand, out of Mecca.
Right.
Because she has to go any place out of Mecca. She's going to be in Mecca or in Mina, on Arafah and Muzdalifah.
Right.
This is not a traveling.
Just not traveling.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, the clothing for lots of time we hear people talk about clothing that they cannot wear any clothing that is sewn or have stitches.
Yeah.
What is the condition concerning this?
Is a misunderstanding. You understand what it meant by clothes that is not have stitches is not the real stitches itself. That is a clothes which is been made tailored according to the size of different parts of the body, like a shirt, a t-shirt, a pants, things like this. That something that is not the normal clothes that people wear every day.
Okay.
So if you have a towel, like beach towel as example, and even it have a stitches around it, but this not is the normal clothes that people wear.
Right.
This is the type of clothes. Not to have like a sleeve and a pants and things like this. This what it meant that a person, and makhit and mahit. Makhit that's sewn according the size of the body.
Okay.
And mahit is like a kufi or a turban. This is not permissible for men to wear. But women, they will wear these clothes.
Yes. Okay, so yes, we're talking about the men. The men is not supposed to be wearing clothing that fits to their body.
Exactly.
Unlike the women now, they wear their gown.
They will wear the regular clothes.
Regular clothing that is sewn according to their body.
Exactly. And does not have to be a special color. Of course, understand, they are permitted, or that their ihram will be in their face and their hands.
Okay.
That means she will expose her face, expose her hands,
Right.
no gloves, no face veil, you understand? It's stuck to her face.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go to a few fiqh questions. Can a person wear a watch?
You can wear a watch, you can wear a belt,
Uh-huh.
you can use a safety pin, you can these things,
Glasses.
glasses, you can have umbrella over your head,
Yes.
things like this. Yeah, it's
Okay.
acceptable.
During the Hajj.
During the Hajj,
During the Hajj.
during the time of Ihram itself.
Ihram itself.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So if I wear a shoe that covers my ankle, is this permissible?
No,
Okay.
you are not supposed to wear shoes. Well, like a boot. Boot is not.
Okay.
Wearing shoes, the shoes usually is beneath your ankles. And ankles mean the two bones that stick
Yes.
to the side of your foot.
Right.
This is what is meant by it.
So
Yeah.
then I can cover my complete foot, including my toes and heels.
Your toes can be covered and your heel can be covered.
Does this apply for women also?
Women have no restriction about what they wear in their
Okay.
feet, but she could not understand walk barefooted or with a
Right.
sandal which is showing
Okay.
her feet or her toes or anything like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm going around the Kaaba, I can wear a shoe that covers my toes and heel around the Kaaba doing tawaf.
Yes, you can, but you understand that you have to. Let's say during the state of Ihram, yes, you can.
Yes.
Because wearing shoes or not wearing shoes around the Kaaba has nothing to do with the Ihram.
That's right.
Because if it's not allowed to wear it in Ihram, you could not wear it, you understand?
Yes.
This is the main thing that during the state of Ihram.
Okay.
So if you're going to wear it in Safa Marwa, or you're going to wear it around the Kaaba, or you're not going to wear it until you understand out in the street, it's fine.
Okay.
But it is permissible during the state of Ihram that you can wear shoes as long as it doesn't cover your ankles.
Okay, good. Let's go to tawaf.
Okay.
Okay. Now, it is recommended that every round of tawaf that you kiss the
The black
black
stone.
stone.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you cannot reach that black stone,
Okay.
what do you do?
Can you extend your hand inside, as example?
If
So
you
you
can-
have a lot of people in
Right.
front of you, and you only can extend your
Yes.
hand like this.
Yes.
So you will kiss your hand. Okay.
And if you cannot do that,
If you have like a turban, you understand, and you talk it, anything that you can reach it.
Yes.
But if you could not reach the black stone by any means, not directly or indirectly,
Yes.
so you wave to it from the distance, okay? And this it. But you don't kiss your hand.
Okay.
You only kiss if you touch. But with your hand, with the umbrella, with
Right,
whatever
right.
it is,
you kiss that.
you kiss it. But if not, will be only waving to it from a distance.
So if you wave your hand, what do you say at that point?
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
No, nothing else.
Okay.
I think Ibn Umar used to say Bismillah Wallahu Akbar, something
Okay.
like this also.
Now, as I heard that between the black stone and the door of the Kaaba, that if a supplication is made between there, it's accepted. Do you know about this?
I don't want to say acceptable or not acceptable, but I would say that it is sunnah.
Okay.
And this is called multazam.
Okay.
And a lot of people, they actually did not understand about this special place.
Okay.
And they go under the door of the Kaaba,
Right.
and you see them standing and raising their hand and
Right.
making dua.
Right.
This is not the place for dua. The proper place is immediately after the black stone and before the door of the Kaaba. This is where the Prophet ﷺ stood up, raised his arms, sticking it to the Kaaba, put his chest on the Kaaba and his right cheek, and look into the other side and make dua there.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, if somebody is going around the Kaaba and they touch it other than that place, is it a bid'ah action?
If he touch it, assuming that this will give him a reward, like
Yes.
the Kaaba, any place that can touch the Kaaba,
Right.
this is a blessing. This is not correct. Of course, you
Okay.
could not do this because the Prophet ﷺ touches the Kaaba for a means of worship in two places.
Okay.
Okay, or let's say three the max.
Okay.
The Rukn al-Yamani,
Yes.
okay, the black stone,
Yes.
and the multazam, which we just talk about it, making dua there.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, going around the Kaaba, there's what you call the Hatim.
Yes.
Okay.
Hatim.
Is that part considered part of the Kaaba?
Yes.
Okay.
The inside of this, okay, and the building itself, which is short, about maybe 4 feet
Yes.
height.
Yes.
This part of the Kaaba, this is the reason that you make tawaf outside of this.
Okay.
Because if you went through the Hatim, now your tawaf is not acceptable because your tawaf is short.
Okay.
So you make tawaf
Outside.
Yes.
But is it permissible to pray between the Hatim and
The Kaaba. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And if you pray there, you actually praying inside the Kaaba. Yes.
Okay. So going around the Kaaba, reaching the Yemeni corner, are you supposed to kiss it or touch it with your hand?
Only touch it with the right hand.
With the right hand.
Yes, you put your hand on it, wipe over it.
Okay.
If you could not reach, there is no waving, no touching.
Just keep moving.
You keep walking here.
Right. And between the Yemeni corner and the black stone,
Yes.
there is a supplication there. Is that right?
ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Allah, oh Allah, grant us the best of this life and the best in the hereafter, and keep us away from the punishment of hellfire. This is Sunnah.
This is Sunnah.
This is Sunnah.
So
to
if
make
you
this
don't
dua.
say it now, if you don't read it now,
It's nothing. It's still you understand your tawaf is correct.
it's accepted.
Yes,
Okay.
it is Sunnah. It is recommended, but it's not a must.
Okay. So, and then when you cross that black stone, going around the whole Kaaba, is it necessary to say anything special or
Nothing especially. Whatever comes to your mind, that you feel it coming out of your heart, say it. Can be istighfar, can be salah ala Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, can be recitation of the Quran, can be dua. And by the way, there is small booklets that the people sell in some library, and it have a special dua for every round. This is not correct. This is not sunnah. A lot of people they think that this is the sunnah, and they be walking holding this book, and then when they go to the first tawaf, the second round, the third round, they flip the page to say the third, and this is not correct.
Oh, so there's no
System.
system.
It's not no.
System. You
This
just
is
read
left
whatever
up to you. You understand
the
which ones that you
individual.
want exactly.
Is talking around, wise making tawaf, is talking to each other permissible?
It's permissible, but the Prophet ﷺ said, if one of you talk, because he said the tawaf is similar to salah, as if you are in salah.
Okay.
But Allah permitted the talking in it. So if somebody talk, let him talk with something good.
Okay.
Okay? So you do not be talking about idle talk.
Right, but it's
Yes,
permitted.
but it is, yes.
Now going around the Kaaba.
So, as example, me and you
Yes.
going around with the Kaaba,
Right.
and we miss somebody. I say, "Oh, did you see Brother
Right,
Rafiq?"
right,
And I
right.
said, "No." He said, "Oh, what happened?" And I said, so
That's
this is
permissible.
acceptable, yes.
Yes, but not unnecessary talk.
Not really. Understand? We need to understand where we are, what we're doing,
Right,
and
right.
have a respect and devotion
Yes,
to what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, around sticking on the tawaf issue, if you're going around the Kaaba and the crowd is heavy, during the Hajj time it's very,
Yes,
very
yes, yes,
thick
yes.
crowd. Now, you lose your wudu in the process of making the tawaf.
Okay.
Okay? What do you do at this point?
In my personal opinion, I'm not claiming that I'm mujtahid or a scholar or whatever it is. I would say continue your tawaf. Continue your tawaf. Especially during the time of Hajj. It's putting a lot of difficulty and hardship on Muslims to leave the tawaf and go outside the haram to make wudu, waiting for 15-20 minutes for the bathroom and come back. This will take a couple of hours.
Right.
And I strongly believe that is not a condition for tawaf to have wudu. It is better. The only time that Allah made wudu to be a must for the salah.
Okay.
But those scholars who said that you have to have wudu for tawaf, they understood this from the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Tawaf is similar to salah. But this is not a perfect comparison. You understand?
Okay.
Because in salah you don't walk.
Right.
In salah you don't talk.
Right.
In salah you understand. So there is many. So the similarity between is not. So, but some scholars I am aware about it, they say that this is a condition, but I don't believe so.
Okay.
And Allah
All right,
knows
then
best.
Allah knows best, and
Yeah.
it's left on the individual to make that decision also. Now, when you finish your tawaf, what are you supposed to do in terms of praying 2 rakat?
Praying 2 rakat is supposed to be a sunnah.
Okay,
If a person miss it
okay,
intentionally or for whatever reason, the tawaf is still acceptable.
okay,
The umrah is still okay, the hajj is still okay.
okay.
But it is recommended after you finish the 7th round, the Kaaba,
Yes.
you go behind the station of Ibrahim, called Maqam Ibrahim,
Yes.
and you pray 2 rak'at sunnah.
Okay.
You do the crowdness during Hajj, you can go any place, you understand, in the back as far as you can,
Yes.
and you can pray this 2 rak'at. Does not have to be immediately behind the Maqam of Ibrahim because it's very, very crowded.
Right. Now, after the tawaf, do you have to drink Zamzam before you go to Sa'i?
It is recommended.